Hi guys, and welcome back to Crypto News. I'm your host, Crypto Chester, and today I'm here to break down Hamster Combat from a fundamental perspective, a technical analysis perspective, and also we're going to be going into some rival competitions and addressing the narrative that a lot of people are talking about, how Hamster Combat potentially have scammed their audience here. Okay, so without further ado, let's get straight into this lovely Hamster Combat update, and let's break it down together. Now, before we do that, guys, I just want to give you guys a bit of alpha, a bit of early information of a project that I've come across, which is just very similar to Hamster Combat, and their narrative is surrounding Hamster Combat essentially scamming their audience. Super interesting project here, and it is called Geral Warfare. Okay, you can see just from a graphical brand identity standpoint, these guys have absolutely nailed it. It looks really cool. We're going to be doing a bit more of an in-depth review on this very shortly after we have gone through some very crucial information about Hamster Combat. But yeah, same sort of scenario, guys. It's a tap to earn click game, and these guys essentially, they come here to war with the hamsters. Okay, it looks pretty cool overall. So yeah, we'll get into that very shortly. Okay, so Hamster Combat here over on CMC. You can see here the last day, it's actually up around 8%, quite surprisingly. But one negative thing that I must touch on here is the volume, guys. Look at the volume. It's down 23% in the last day or so. Not good at all. Just shy of 80 million. This thing is not looking very good from a longevity standpoint. Okay, yes, the 1 day looks great over here, but look at the 7 day, absolutely terrible. Okay, just sideways, just terrible price action. We will go into the Hamster Combat chart very shortly because there is downside to come, and I will explain to you guys why. Now, before we get into all that good stuff, I just want to touch on Hamster Combat in general and how they actually executed their airdrop, right? And why I think that Geral Warfare is going to do a 10 times better job. Okay, so let's start off with this. Hamster Combat airdrop reached 131 million users, which is absolutely crazy. And considering they had which saw its user base swell to 300 million, pretty crazy stuff there. I think considering they actually they axed off, I think 65% of their players throughout the airdrop, that's obviously annoyed a lot of people. And you can also see just some information about Hamster Combat's airdrop. It was essentially they released 60% of the game's total market cap, okay, equivalent to 60 billion hamster tokens. But did they? That's the question. Did they? Okay, technically, no, right? And the reasoning for this is, guys, and this is what has annoyed a lot of people. Okay, so you can see here. However, the distribution process is more complicated than it seems. Only 11.25% of the tokens allocated to players for Season 1 will be released initially. Okay, the remaining tokens will be subject to a 10-month vesting period. Right? So you can imagine the anger in the players that have been sweating this game for months and months on end, and now they can't actually access their earnings. Not good at all, okay? And this is where I think Geral Warfare has been created here because of some angry Hamster Combat players. And what we have seen here is a much better effort at the tap-to-earn scenario here. You can see they've got a really cool characters throughout the game. And they've got a really in-depth roadmap as well, guys. And as I said, we'll go into a bit more detail here because they've got some really interesting stuff coming through, as you can see.
To those who still fight, to those who refuse to be silenced, this is
like
your
an
call to
anonymous
arms.
Update, right?
The hamster regime betrayed us. They didn't just turn on humanity, they turned on their own. 65% of their people.
Interesting stuff. I'm not going to go into too much detail on that now, but I will definitely leave the links in the description for you guys to go check out Geral Warfare because it seems these guys have done an amazing job building this. I will chuck some UI on the screen as well for you guys to review, just playing in the corner somewhere while we are reviewing the Hamster Combat chart. Okay, and that's going to be Geral Warfare UI, guys, and all the links for this project will be in the description of this video. But yeah, definitely something you can go check out. It's free to play, play to earn, same thing as Hamster Combat, but these guys are actually going to give you decent rewards. Okay, but yeah, let's jump over to the Hamster Combat chart while I'll leave that UI playing on the screen for you guys there. And Again, all the links to all the socials for Geral Warfare will all be in the description of the video. Now, as you can see on the hamster chart here, guys, what has happened? Obviously, they've done their airdrop and it's just completely tanked in price, okay? Naturally, this does happen if the airdrop is not executed in an orderly fashion. And what we have seen here, it has not been done very well at all. You can see it's just been lower low after lower low, lower high after lower high. It's just been absolutely terrible from a charting standpoint overall. Now, we have potentially found a floor, okay? The floor, which will be the actual bottom for this chart, is roughly around this area. You can see if we're going to be plotting in any sort of level of support, it's going to be something along the lines of this, okay? Now, that does give us a little bit of hope here, but as you can see, we do have a bear flag scenario, which is obviously a downtrend and then a bear flag coming up like so, having that resistance on the top side, support on the lower side, and then usually what happens with that, it usually means continuation to the downside, guys, okay? So that's why I'm inclined to say that there is probably heavy resistance due from this area on this top side here. Now, that resistance inside of this parallel channel could actually be 10%, could be a 10% move to the downside here for Hamster Combat, which isn't great, okay? And that will put us down to a very, very, very interesting break point here for Hamster, and that essentially will mean potentially more downside, okay? The measure move to the downside for that is going to be something along the lines of this, and that will be, again, breaking lows for Hamster Combat, just throwing this project into the dirt. So overall, not looking too good from a technical analysis standpoint, from a charting, chart pattern perspective, from a trend perspective, macro trend as well. It's looking pretty rough, okay? And that's because they haven't executed it correctly. And this is where basically Geral Warfare comes in to absolutely dominate the scene, okay? So yeah, guys, go check them out. Links are in the description for their socials, for the website, and to even jump into the bot and play for free. I also think if you play the bot, if you play the game, you get 500 coins straight away just for signing up, okay? And it's a super simple thing. You literally just chat to the bot on Telegram and you launch the game. Simple as that, okay? We'll leave links in the description to all of that good stuff. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Let me know what you think of Hamster Combat, and also, guys, let me know what you think of Geral Warfare as well. I'm really intrigued to know what you guys think of it in the comments. And if you haven't already, and you have found value, drop a little like on the video. It helps out tremendously in terms of the channel, okay? That's going to be it for me. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. Peace out, and I'll see you in the next one.